In a quiet town, there lived a young boy named Adeel. Adeel was an ambitious soul. He had big dreams, dreams of success, of making something out of himself. But there was one thing that meant more to him than anything else: his mother. She was his everything. She had always been the source of his strength, the one who pushed him to be better. Through every trial in his life, it was his mother's love and encouragement that kept him going. Adeel didn't come from a wealthy family. He worked hard every day to find a job, but things were never easy. Every time he thought he was close to achieving something, he was hit by disappointment. Sometimes he would fail job interviews, and other times, even when he managed to get a job, the environment was unbearable. The pressure, the people, the expectations, nothing seemed to go right. Still, Adeel didn't give up. His mother always told him, "Son, no matter how hard life gets, never stop fighting for your dreams. One day, your hard work will pay off." She believed in him even when he felt lost. She would remind him that success wasn't about getting everything right at once. It was about persevering through the hard times. But life has a way of testing us in ways we can't anticipate. One day, Adeel received the news that his mother's health was deteriorating rapidly. The woman who had been his pillar of strength was now weak and fragile. Adeel's heart shattered as he sat by her side in the hospital, feeling helpless. He wanted to do something, anything, to make her feel better, but nothing he did seemed to ease her pain. Despite the overwhelming sadness, Adeel kept telling himself, "I can't stop. I need to keep going for her. She needs me." But deep down, he was struggling. His mother's condition grew worse each day, and the weight of it all felt too heavy to bear. In the midst of it all, his mother, despite her frail condition, still managed to smile at him one last time. She took his hand gently and whispered, "Adeel, my son, don't let this break you. You are stronger than you know. You have a purpose in this world, and you will find it. Promise me, you'll never give up." Her words, even in her final moments, gave him the strength to push forward. He nodded, tears streaming down his face, and promised her that he would carry on. But within days, his mother passed away, leaving a void in his heart that he could never fill. The days that followed were the darkest Adeel had ever experienced. The world seemed colorless, and the thought of continuing without her felt impossible. He found himself lost, questioning everything. How could he go on? How could he fulfill his dreams without the one person who had always believed in him? For weeks, Adeel struggled. He missed his mother terribly, and the pain of her absence felt like a constant weight on his shoulders. But slowly, something began to change. The lessons his mother had taught him, the love she had given him, and the strength she had instilled in him began to resurface. It wasn't easy, but he started to realize that his mother had always believed in his potential, even when he didn't believe in himself. Adeel decided that he couldn't let his mother's death define him. He had to honor her memory by continuing to fight for the dreams she had always supported. He remembered the countless nights she stayed up with him, helping him study, or simply offering words of encouragement. Her voice echoed in his mind, urging him to keep going, to never stop trying, to keep his faith in himself. Months went by, and though the pain of losing his mother never truly left him, Adeel found a new strength. He didn't give up on his job search. Slowly but surely, he started gaining experience, learning new skills, and eventually landing a job that seemed to fit his aspirations. It wasn't easy, and there were many challenges along the way, but with each step, he could feel his mother's spirit guiding him. Adeel worked tirelessly, driven not just by his own ambitions, but by the memory of the woman who had loved him unconditionally. He began to achieve the success he had always dreamed of, and he knew deep down that he owed it all to his mother's love and the lessons she had taught him. Years later, Adeel stood at the top of his career, successful in ways he had never imagined. But even then, he still carried his mother's memory in everything he did. Every decision he made, every step he took, he did it with the strength and wisdom she had passed on to him. When he stood on stage to receive an award for his hard work, he smiled and looked up, as if his mother were watching over him. His heart swelled with pride, but also with gratitude for the incredible woman who had made him who he was. In that moment, he realized that the love and lessons she had given him were the true key to his success.